And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're going to get down to the other stuff here in a second. But what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else, just vibe.
I'm God sent. I know I'm God sent. I swear for God. You know what I'm talking about? I done overcame some of the obstacles came from up on the suburban rocks and shit. Even though I be out here scheming like a demon seeming, I know I'm God sent. It's gotta be God.
Vibe.
I'm God sent, like he sent me so I can relay these messages, like he used me as a vessel, like he used me as an instrument, trying to lock me in the box. They hate how God can keep on blessing me. They lock me in the box, I pray to God to take my destiny. I don't drink no lean, I'm sipping no holy water like this my medicine. I'm a living testimony, every album like the testament. Everything I went through made me who I am, so he be testing me. So I'm breaking bread with all my fam, cause I don't take no essence.
Temptress the Enchantress. Beats by Bless Zone Now Music. Bless Zone Now.
My brother, my mother, and addicts for my dad, cause he neglected me. I'm 20 years old, but I act like I've been here before, like I'm a veteran. He speak this shit through me like I'm a prophet, but I'm a reverend. Put my blood, sweat, and tears in all these lyrics, cause this my exodus. I'm down so I can live, so I can live, I resurrected it. I'm down so I can live, so
What's
I
up,
can live,
Anthony?
I resurrected it. Hey, blood in my eyes, I'm going blind, oh. Stuck in these streets, feel like my life froze. I've been running these streets, got me dehydrated. I've been living so crazy, feel like
I appreciate
I'm
the love,
dying.
Heather Nielsen.
Blood in my eyes, I'm going blind, oh. I'm stuck in these streets, feel like my life froze.
What's cracking, Zahir?
I've been running these streets, got me dehydrated. I've been living so crazy, feel like I'm dying, baby. I just tried to nigga, now I can't sleep.
Make sure y'all hit the like button as you come in the door.
Wash me down with bleach, oh. Positive baby, snotty nose, head peasy. Now everybody around the world trying to beat me. Bitch, my niggas hope they see me on the TV. I'm on Instagram showing off my BBs. You don't understand that this wasn't easy. I've been walking around with my head peasy. Shot a nigga, took a shower with the bleach. Yahweh, mama, I fell baby to the streets. I'm sorry. I'm in middle school, selling weed in the hallway. I was skipping school, got a beat, started robbing.
My birthday was last Wednesday.
Like Batman and Robin. God, I know you looking out for me through the darkness. Blood in my eyes, I'm going blind, oh. Stuck in these streets, feel like my life froze. I've been running these streets, got me dehydrated. I've been living so crazy, feel like I'm dying, baby. Blood in my eyes, I'm going blind, oh. I'm stuck in these streets, feel like my life froze. I've been running these streets, got me dehydrated. I've been living so crazy, feel like I'm dying, baby.
I have the moon exactly conjunct my Chiron right now, so this is a healing session. I brought you something priceless so we can heal together. Hit that like button for me, please. This is priceless knowledge of self. We are the Vibe Tribe. There are thousands of us all over the world, so we're not thirsty for subscribers or hungry for attention. No, we're here to raise the vibration with this knowledge and information, and it isn't going to be for everybody. If it isn't for you, swipe up. If it is, welcome to the Priceless family. I'm going to take just a few minutes to let a few more people trickle in, and then I'm going to get down to the nitty-gritty. Now today, I'm not going to waste too much time talking about the transits or elaborating on the aspects that might be affecting you, because we did that yesterday. If you have a question about anything that's going on today, feel free to ask. What we're going to do is vibe, and then I'm going to open the floor up for questions. You hear me? We're going to be here for a few hours, and I just want everybody to get on the right vibration. So, if you haven't smiled yet today, now would be the perfect time to do so. And if you can't find a smile for yourself, please allow me to be the smile on your face. Because at the end of the day, all I am is the smile on your face. All I am is the motherfucking vibe.
Yo, boss. Hey, turn them headphones up for me, my nigga. Trade the truth. Young chill.
Empress Adele, mother of John. You tuned in with the Dawn.
It's like this track you did, keep calling for it, though. I feel this one of these motherfuckers to make the song cry. Straight up. Shit never fail, man. This motherfucker got me in the zone. Somebody you motherfucker did a nigga bad. You got me fucked up this time. No matter what happens, I promise I keep it real and never be fly. Something like Jigga, cause I gotta make the song cry. Never know emotion, but I feel I need to share my pain. Come on and stand in the rain with a nigga. See how I feel on an everyday basis when my life ain't let a nigga. I never thought that I'd never see the day the people I got love for turn me away. But it is what it is. The only one left to trust is true. I got a child on the way, and it seemed to me I ain't gonna.
Happy birthday to Trade the Truth, by the way.
Cause she say she don't need it, and I'll be wrong to play it out for a night. But see, a devilish ways can stay and see me rolling on by. Hateful bitch, loyalty is what? No, and I don't know too many with it. Homies left the click to kick you with niggas and higher bitches. And I ain't bad, I was hurt for a sec, but I learned that I gotta be strong and hold it down for the rest of my shit. Plus my baby Nico getting older now. You and Jerry relax, cause I got you on my shoulder now. Daddy on this way up, nobody finna bring me back down. It's war and I won't back down. The weight on my shoulders probably way too much, but I won't slack down. I click and I drop the leg down. And more cause I'm thinking I'm unable to cry. So it make it hard when I'm thinking no way to bin out. But I thank the Lord for leaving me, my family. AB and MCG, the only one living a hand of me. My nigga Dougie free to see me make it through them gates. When I get my chance, I'ma come back and guide you to the plate. It ain't never too late, we just gon' hope that we can get to see it. And I get my last breath and my last smile to get to see
Just
it.
vibe.
Daddy Boo, I know that you lost your mama and your daddy gone, but no, I'm here to be your guard until Nicky come home. I've been feeling it lately, I'm getting shorter than life. These niggas try to stop my day, but I can't do the night. And if I gotta go, just know someone gon' keep me living. And this is all that I'm giving. Ain't nothing else I'm feeling.
Yeah. That beat is a vibe in itself. That motherfucker's crying, ain't it? It is cancer season, so you just might catch yourself feeling alone.
Who's bad at it? Who's bad at it?
Listen to this, though.
Who's bad at it? Who's bad at it?
I never left you alone.
Never left you, never left. Swear to God, never led you wrong. When you needed me, my music helped and made you strong. Always told you I would blow through. Always kept it real on the Pro Tools. When niggas ain't got no friends, put on that boost. I'm the nigga who they go to. Preach it, brother, had I do. Real music and flourish. Doctor couldn't help, but my music got her through surgery. Now that's deep. You ain't on a nigga yet, then you sleep. Or you just hating. Music played when I was gone like I wasn't incarcerated. I'm that motherfucker. A legend who always gave his best to you. Tell it like it is, motherfucker, keep it real. When they tell it like it is, I'm the best to do. I'm the best. Bro, I got a check for you. When your nigga died, I was telling you about my nigga. Remember? I was there for you when you needed that real music. I never left you alone. When ain't nobody understand, it was just me and you in that
car ride.
I never left you.
What's up, Watkins Cat House? My day is
You was thinking about mom and you wanted to hear a song for your
interesting.
Mom. I never left you alone, long. When you needed somewhere to stay, nigga, you know one thing. I never left you alone. I was there for you. You needed somewhere to stay cause the people got too hot on your block and you had a warrant, I held you down. Where the fuck did the love go? Let's be short and simple like a snub nose. Through the thick and thin, I was there, nigga. And I spoke on it cause I care, nigga. When them shots rang and that smoke cleared, I was still standing like I'm trying to focus on living my life. Fuck all this negative shit, bitch, my earlobes are rocky, my neck full of ice. I'm about to put dick in your bitch, I'll tell you a bird, but I know we ain't right. Them niggas be snitching and shit. For 4 Desert Eagle and knock all the back out your back when I empty the clip.
What's up, boys?
When you needed that real music.
I never left you alone.
When ain't nobody understand,
It was just me and you in that car ride.
I never left you alone. When you was thinking about me, you wanted to hear a song for your mom. I never left you alone. When you needed somewhere to stay, nigga, you know one thing. I never left you alone. I was there for you.
We're gonna talk about astrology in just a minute, but
And
first.
it was you, Mike and D. Switch the sweets and OE. When you first jumped off the post, boy, you was listening to me. Trying to fit that
What's
in
up,
now,
Vanessa?
cause it was a vision showing niggas. No prenup, he ain't listen 100 mil. I told niggas. When you felt like everybody betrayed you, I had a song for you. Single mothers when they section age, I had a song for you. Mama always working, his daddy he never see. So from 13 to 23, he had me. I never left him, made the never special, feel very special. I was there, told you everything I've been through and more. Why? Cause I care like the loud. You ever need a real nigga? He don't call. He say he love me, cause I never let him down. Boost badass. When you needed that real music, I never left you alone. When ain't nobody understand, it was just me and you in that car ride. I never left you alone. When you was thinking about mom and you wanted to hear a song for your mom. I never left you alone. When you needed somewhere to stay, nigga, you know one thing. I never left you alone.
Y'all wanna argue today, I see. We're gonna jam one more and then we're gonna talk. All right? We just vibing today, so I'm gonna entertain what you have to say. First of all, before I vibe any further, you asked about my thoughts on Biden's performance. I wasn't impressed. He seems inept, but that doesn't mean I support Donald Trump. Neither one of them should be president. And I've spoken on this way too many times, and I'm not even going to do that today. But the best thing that could happen for America would be for Donald Trump to get locked up and Biden to be declared inept. Plain and simple. And we get two completely different candidates. That's what we need. Now, it is Cancer season, so let's jam one for Cancer season. Just vibe.
Don't no one understand the supply and demand. All this shit get demanded. Why the fuck is you standing over there seeking a handout? I'm not finna hand it. God damn it. Tattoos on my neck that recall and Brandon. My nephew was born premature. I prayed for him every day for him. He'll smile at me, make a face for him. My auntie said things which I couldn't believe, and I act as if that don't exist. Too much respect for the call you a bitch. All praise go to heaven, your God don't exist. Love everything and everybody. Black sheep, scum of the earth. With popular people, I don't fit. They was stupid, they focus on bullshit. Now the whips they be driving is bullshit. Your pastor lied to you right from the pulpit. Go hard or starve, no, wait on God. Give him your money, that's bullshit. Full clips in the firearm. Put it in the whole name so I buy it for him. Pockets was slim as it died for him. Good dope sell itself, wanna try it for him. Smoke out hotel rooms and set off the fire alarm. BWA start a ride for him. I don't get tired.
What you tired of?
Call what's her name? She say she tired up. My mind going negative. Fuck your perspective. These interviews really got pussy. Other men gossiping just like I am. Just in my feelings. It's not a bad thing, babe. It's nice to have someone that understands me, babe. Cause we're the real thing, babe. I really love the fact that you can feel me, babe.
Sometimes, just sometimes.
I'm in my feelings. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I'm in my feelings. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I'm in my feelings.
All the time.
Here we go again, more problems. Back against the wall, feeling boxed in, obnoxious. I've been labeled at the helping hands when I'm able. Seem like everybody ungrateful when they ever brought food to my table. Unappreciative, it don't faze me. See envy all in their faces. You ain't helped write a rapper through a day in jail. I ain't see your name on no paper. Hard on hoes, I've been scored. Betrayal left a hole in my heart. Blood, sweat, and tears went into this. How you think you deserve court? Child support court to get fought. All the best lawyers get bought. Let that other nigga take care of that. You be on his dick like his shit raw. Lied to you in his friend car. Sold you a dream and you got caught. These hoes want rap niggas or an athlete that play ball. Sip balls and people don't talk, handle shit horribly, we fall off. I was just trying to be a real friend to you, now I'm wishing that we get lost. We was only 15 at your mama house, clicked over, hold up, missed call. Phone ringing, damn, it's my dog. Thinking like, how the fuck he know y'all? In the same breath, start hiking, sad to myself, really that's fine. Just in my feelings, it's not a bad thing, babe. It's like to have someone that understands me, babe. Cause we're the real thing, babe. I really love the fact that you can feel me, babe.
And sometimes, just sometimes,
I'm in my feelings. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I'm in my feelings. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I'm in my feelings.
all the time. I hope y'all know I love y'all, man. We vibing for real. What's up, chat? Now we ain't gonna jam now. Let's vibe. Yeah, it's one of those chills, laid back days, man. Sometimes we need that. So, the floor is officially open for anybody that has any questions about astrology or numerology or anything else that helps them understand themselves better or raise that vibration. Now, I just saw Zahir say that Big was better. So, are you saying the Notorious B.I.G. was better than Tupac? Is that what you're saying? Shout out to Brazil, too. Yeah, we all the way in Brazil, y'all. We worldwide, pricelessly. Look, I'll tell y'all this. When it comes to Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac, you have great and you have better. It's kind of like looking at football, right? Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback that ever played, but Patrick Mahomes is the best I've ever seen. And there's a difference. See, Biggie was a technician, and that's rightfully so. Biggie is a Gemini Sun, Virgo moon. Tupac is a Gemini Sun, Aries moon. And I would say Biggie was a better rhymer, but Tupac had something more important to say. Biggie made good raps. Tupac made good music. And there's the difference between the two. Biggie could rap, Tupac made timeless, priceless music that resonated emotionally. Biggie he said some shit where you're like, dang, he wrecked that. Where Pac made you feel it. He evoked emotion. So, hey, that's how I see that. Biggie is a better rhymer, maybe. But Tupac had something way more important to say. That's the truth. Medina Talks. I actually have way more posted videos than I have lives. I have almost 500 posted videos on every astrological placement in astrology, not to mention all of the top fives, the numerology videos, the stories, and all that shit. I actually have way more posted videos. You just got to go through them. I dropped 400 videos in 1 year. Posted. Ooh, I like that vibe right there. This is one of my favorite beats I ever made. Let's run it one time. What's up, double A, double A? I'm here for any questions y'all may have, but y'all need to hit that like button, man. No, I don't have any videos about composite charts. If you have any questions about composite charts, I'll be happy to answer them for you, though. Welcome to the vibe. The sun is in Cancer. The moon is in Gemini. Mercury is in Leo. Venus is in Cancer. Mars is in Taurus. Jupiter is in Gemini. Saturn's in Pisces. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune is in Pisces. Pluto's in Aquarius. Chiron is in Aries. The black moon Lilith is now in Libra. So you better pay attention to them relationships. The north node is at 11 degrees of Aries, while the south node sits at 11 degrees of Libra. We're in that 9 vibration today. So this is about healing, helping, loving unconditionally, inspiring. Yeah. There's no Virgo going on in the transits today, Dixon Cores. Anthony, you said, no, let me answer Medina Talks first. Medina Talks, you said, what does it mean if you have multiple 10th house placements, 2 Aries and 2 midheaven Pisces? It means you're an achievement-oriented person. It means your reputation is important to you, and it means you're a leader. Even though you get underestimated with those Pisces placements, you're still a leader. You always impress people when you come shining through. You're incredibly competent. Yeah, I know you. Now, Anthony, you said, what does it mean if you and your girl have Scorpio rising in y'all's composite charts? It means y'all have some intensity between you. It means y'all are powerful together. But you can also be destructive. Just fine. You might need to take a break, Watkins Cat House. You might need to take a step back and just chill. Separate yourself from the situation. Maybe try to meditate. Maybe just put some space between you and your thoughts and your emotions. Do something that makes you feel good. There can be a lot of anxiety, especially with the sun in Cancer and the moon in Gemini, because you're all over the place. You're thinking too much. Medina Talks, you ask, how did I learn astrology? Years and years of studying. I actually had an inherent understanding of it once I got into it, but it still took years and years of studying and perfecting my craft before I could ever come professionally the way that I do. What does Cancer Moon mean in the composite chart? That y'all feel each other, y'all are close. Y'all are sensitive. Y'all, and that, that's coming from midpoints there. And so y'all are family. Y'all actually do great. Y'all feel at home together. Plain and simple. And that's beautiful. Lots of emotion though. That's not a bad thing. Vanessa Marie, what's up, baby? You said what? You said transit Venus is conjunct your natal Mars. Could you explain that energy for you? It's quite sensual, but also very sensitive, and maybe even a little sexy. But more than anything else, sensual, sensitive, expressive, affectionate, all of that there. And Medina Talks, you said, who is my favorite artist currently? I have lots of artists that I love. Deontay Hitchcock is a current artist that I really enjoy listening to. Deontay Hitchcock. That's right. The Art of Being Reacts. You're absolutely right. Hey, it's my motherfucking sister, the Astro Girl Quay. She here today. What's up, sis? You said Aries Sun with Venus and Libra in the composite chart. I would say an Aries Sun in the composite chart means that there's a lot of passion and impulse between y'all. I would say that there can sometimes be some conflict, but that could just add to the spice. And with Venus and Libra, that y'all do great as far as being in a relationship together. Y'all make a beautiful pair. I would say with the Aries Sun and the Venus and Libra compositry, I would say that y'all kind of give off that power couple vibes. But more than anything else, there's a lot of passion between you. Y'all are strong together. The sun is exalted in Aries. Y'all are strong together. Y'all are aware of each other, but you're also individuals. And that actually works well for y'all's relationship with Venus being in Libra there. That's actually very beautiful. You would want the sun to be in Aries because, like I said, that's exalted there. The awareness of each other's individuality, the strength, the passion between y'all is awesome. But also, looking at Venus and Libra, that means y'all go well together in a relationship. What's up, Tim Hogan from Ireland? Shout out to everybody in Ireland. Yeah. You said, what does it mean if you have Cancer Chiron and Cancer Mars in the 12th house? It means you're very sensitive and your emotions get the best of you sometimes. You can be passive aggressive, and that makes you kind of hard to deal with. The stuff that you hold in and you try not to express really bothers you sometimes. You have so many feelings, but it's hard for you to express them openly. So you have to give yourself the space for that. Now, Medina, you said, can I explain what true node in Gemini in the first house means for you? I mean, whether it's true or what's the other word I'm looking for? Mean. Whether it's true or mean. The North Node in Gemini in the first house basically just points to the fact that you need to keep it light and learn as much as you can. You know, stay social, talk to other people, because you with the South Node in the 7th house there, like you, a lot of the times you you see the big picture, but you get stuck on looking for something specific. So with this right here, you know, learn as much as you can. Be a sponge to experiences in life, and you know, enjoy the process. Stay light and enjoy everything that you can, and stay versatile in your approach. Don't get stuck on one thing. That's true. That's facts. DeAndre Mahan, what's up? You're an Aries sun with Venus and Taurus. That's what's up. My ace Boom Coon is an Aries sun with Venus and Taurus. You got values. You value yourself. You're about something. You're a go-getter. All of that shit. But even though you have that Aries sun, you know how to stay cool, calm, and collected. That's one thing I understood about my ace Boom Coon, which ace Boom Coon basically means your best friend. And so he's an Aries sun. Actually, a lot of our placements are very similar, but he's an Aries sun with Libra rising, and he has Venus in Taurus, and he's really calm, cool, and collected. He's an Aries, and he has all of that Aries dynamism, but he's still cool, calm, and collected with it. And he carries himself with a lot of confidence. And you value your relationships. As much as you're an individual, you also value your relationships. So that's awesome in its own right. Chat. I like that vibe too. What's up, Lily? Smile right now. Let me be the smile on your face. Welcome to the Vibe Tribe. You are now a part of the PrIcElEs family. That's what's up, DeAndre. I'm glad you finally spoke up. You fam. You definitely family. I like this vibe right here. Watch. That has a real chill vibe to it right there. Now, Zahir, you said, what do I think about Taurus rising, Scorpio rising compatibility? Does that work out? It works out great. Those oppositions, especially with Taurus and Scorpio, they're really, see, the Scorpio rising is so intense, and they're what I would call magnetic and adventurous explorers. So they need somebody solid that can calm them down. And Scorpio risings actually value their relationships a lot. And Taurus risings love it sexy. They actually thrive off that intensity. So that goes together perfectly. See, I happen to have Chiron at 15 degrees of Gemini, right there on the cusp of my 9th house. And that's where the moon is right now, 15 degrees of Gemini. So to come here and speak with y'all and share my knowledge with y'all is exactly what I needed to heal. So this is perfect. That's the vibe. This is priceless knowledge of self. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I need as many likes as I have people in my chat. And if you ain't gonna hit the like button, what the fuck are you here for? What you doing? You creeping? You hating? You trolling? Or are you swag sucking? Well, I hope you have a long throat, cause I got long swag, so long that it drags. It'll drag your hating ass down into the pits of hell and leave you there, burn. Yeah, that's what's up, Vanessa. said, what were some indicators in someone's chart that they were adopted? Neptune in the 4th house. Uranus or Neptune in that 4th house. Pisces ruling the 4th house even. Not always, but that could be another indicator. Yeah. Just fine. What's up, Cherie? Mon Cherie. You said, how about some indicators that somebody has twins, Gemini in the 5th house? That doesn't mean it has to be that, but I would definitely look at the 5th house. And having Gemini there in the 5th house would be something that comes with that. I'm blessed, Cherie. I'm too blessed to ever stress about any bullshit. I feel excellent. I look even better. We good. Just vibing. I need y'all to hit that like button. I know that though. Hit that super sticker, that super thanks, or that super chat. You hear me? Astro Girl Quay, you said, how can you heal with Chiron and Virgo in the 12th house? Well, you can stop being so hard on yourself. Give yourself a break sometimes. That's the first place to start with that. And yeah, do that. The Art of Being. You said, what is my favorite moon sign for my partner? Well, look, there's a lot. Probably Taurus moon. My wife currently is a Libra moon, a Capricorn Sun Libra moon with Aries rising. But probably Taurus moon. I think anything Aries is sexy, but Taurus moon would probably be one of my favorites because they're so chill and they ain't never broke. And that's beautiful in its own right. What's crazy is yesterday I saw something that one of my exes posted on social media, so I was like, I've never looked at her moon sign. So I went and looked at her moon sign and she was a Pisces moon and it made perfect sense. I'm like, damn, that's why we didn't work. That's why we didn't work. Fuck all that. Two Pisces moons together is too much delusional. Yeah. Fuck that shit. I can't even remember who it was. Do I have a favorite placement in my chart? Yes, my Pisces moon. My Pisces moon in my 5th house. I don't care what anybody says negative about Pisces moon. I love my Pisces moon. My moon is my motherfucking favorite. It's why I am who I am. I appreciate the love, Carmela McHale. Shout out to everybody in Australia. We keeping it cracking down under. Look, we in Brazil, we in Australia, we in Ireland, just in this chat right now. That's beautiful. This priceless knowledge is everywhere. We in the UK, what's up? Rise Emmanuel. The art of being, you said, do I have a lot of dreams due to being a Pisces moon? I do have a lot of dreams, but my dreams are not prophetic or, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not prophetic or anything that I would look at as a premonition. My dreams are usually based on my fears. And if it's not about that, it's about sex. But what's crazy about my dreams, I'll tell you what happens in my dreams. In almost every dream, I'll be having the dream and I'm in the dream. And then at some point, I'll realize that I'm dreaming. It happens in every dream that I have. Whether it be a nightmare, whether it be a sexual dream or a dream I found a whole bunch of money, or even dreams that are based on my fears, because I have a lot of dreams that are based on my fears. Always have. And so it's the stuff that's going on in the back of my mind that I'm obsessing about that's coming to get me. But there'll be a point, like I'll find some money in a dream, right? I'll find thousands and thousands of dollars, or maybe $1 million or something. I'll find the money. And at some point, I'll just be like, man, this shit is too good to be true. You're dreaming. And then I'll wake up. Or I'll be getting chased by something and something bad will be happening in my dream. And I'll be like, bro, you're fucking dreaming. Like, just stop. And I'll wake up. Or I'll be having sex in my dream. And then I'll, like, something weird will happen. And I'll be like, bro, this is a dream. This is not really happening. And then I'll wake up. Like, it happens in all of my dreams. There's comes to a point that I realize it's a dream, and then I just stop. Like, this isn't productive. But I'm also a Capricorn Mars, so maybe that attributes to it. But there's just some point in the dream where I'm like, this shit is fake. It's not productive. And I snap out of it and go into the next dream. Lily, you said, can I tell you a little bit about Mercury and Jupiter and Neptune conjuncture ascendant in Sagittarius? It tells me you're a very positive person. You see the big picture, but you see the big picture so well that you miss some key details sometimes. And you like to do it big. And you're all about experiences. You're all about experiences, and you're trying to build up principles off the experiences that you have. And so that's beautiful for you. But more than anything else, I see that you're a positive person. You don't let much get you down. Your smile is the first thing that people see, no matter what they say about Sagittarius having thick thighs or long legs or whatever. More than anything else, you're going to see that smile. Your smile is the first thing that greets people. And you look at everything as a learning experience, and that makes your life fun. It makes you not sweat the small stuff, but sometimes there's certain small stuff that you should sweat. And so you miss some of the small stuff sometimes. And you're just here to learn as much as you can, but you don't learn by people telling you. You learn from experiences. So yeah, that's beautiful in its own way. Ooh, I like that vibe too. What's up, Reflection?
JP.
Vanessa, you said you're currently learning your aspects. The sun is trining your natal Pluto. What can that feel like? Well, I have sun trine to Pluto in my birth chart. And, well, last week, the sun was trining my Pluto. My sun and Pluto are exactly trine. My sun is 4 degrees of Cancer in my 9th house. My Pluto is 4 degrees of Scorpio in my 1st house. And so, do y'all see the Pluto on me? Do I carry that Pluto vibe? Anyway, with the sun trine to your Pluto, it gives you a lot of vitality and strength. It pumps some positivity into you, so no matter what happens, even in the hard stuff, it feels like you can get through it, that you can power through it. You understand? There's just something in you that makes you feel like you can power through most situations. And you're willing to adapt to change, and it's natural for you. Like, no matter what happens, like, you make it through it, and it changes you, but you come out stronger and better from the other end of that. And so when you have that transit of Sun trine to your Pluto, then that's ultimately it just showing your strength. It's an empowering moment in your life, and sometimes it's just a boost of vitality to let you know, hey, you're gonna make it through. So yeah. The Art of Being said, OMG, you're Pluto King. Yeah, I'm Pluto in the first. What's up? I can't really. Tapo is all I can see. The rest, I don't know those letters. But you said if the second house is empty, do you see that as a sign that a person is not meant to achieve financially or have personal belongings? No, I feel like that's just not the focal point of your life. That doesn't mean you're not going to have anything. It doesn't mean that you're going to be broke or you're not ever going to have money. It just means that finances and material possessions isn't the focal point of your life. And there's nothing there complicating the situation either. You can look at an empty house as, oh, that means nothing's. No, it doesn't mean anything. Nothing's there. It just means that's not a focal point. And the fact that there's nothing there could be both a good and a bad thing. You know, the fact that you don't have Saturn there, or even Mars in certain cases. Mars makes you too much about it. It can make you greedy. The fact that, you know, Saturn's not there like it is in my second house, putting a hamper on the situation. So it just means that's not a focal point for you. And so that could mean that it comes naturally for you, and so you just let it come as it comes, or it could mean that just right there is not something that you should spend a lot of time worrying about. Hey, you have to make money to live, but your life is not about accumulating possessions. You feel me? My pleasure. I appreciate the love. Thank you for the super sticker. What is the worst Lilith sign and what's the sexiest Lilith? There's a lot of different. I mean, it just depends on what's happening in your life. Probably Pisces Lilith is the worst, because the stuff that happens in life that makes you feel like a victim, and then people not taking accountability for their own selves and themselves putting themselves in victim stance a lot. What's the sexiest Lilith? Mine? Gemini? Mine? Scorpio Lilith is too scary. I know people are like, what about Scorpio? Nah. You half-ass crazy, obsessive, stalking, freaky. Motherfuckers done fucked you over and did some stuff where you really use manipulation as a control tactic. So that's scary. Said, how do I gain so much knowledge of the zodiac charts? By studying them. To be honest, I study, but also this is my gift. You know, there's some people that study their whole life and they don't have an understanding the way that I do. And I'm not saying that as something to brag or be boastful. It's just the fact of the matter is this is my gift. So as soon as I got my first pamphlet on astrology and I read it through it, I was like, oh, I understand this. I get it. It's something that just naturally makes sense to me. And so I'm able to have an understanding of placements, but also because I pay attention to people. And so me having a great understanding of placements, and also having a natural inherent understanding of people and being empathetic also allows me to understand how a placement plays out for a human. You feel me? Does that make sense? Now, Carmela McKay, you said working with the archetypes. Not really. I understood the archetypes, but I mean, to understand the intricacies, you have to. And Tapo, you said, would I say having both Jupiter and Neptune in the 6th house natal is a blessing and a curse? Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, Neptune is an underrated malefic. And I have Jupiter in the 6th house also. And I actually have Jupiter and Neptune in the 6th house in transit right now. And no, not Jupiter. I have Saturn and Neptune in the 6th house in transit, but I have Jupiter in my 6th house natally. Anyway, I don't know how I confused that myself right there. And so yeah, you would just have to see how it plays out, because Neptune is going to bring certain illnesses and stuff that, but a lot of it is psychosomatic and it's stuff that you worry about and you manifest on your own. Now, Jupiter in the 6th house also makes you have health that is positive for the most part. Like, I've never gotten sick until I got sick. And me getting sick is from being ignorant, or from me worrying too much, or from overindulgence, doing drugs even. The damage I did to my body doing drugs. That became a problem because my Jupiter is in Pisces in the 6th house. And you say, will I offer an astrology intro course? No, but what I do is accept apprentices. And I'm actually done with, or pretty much done with my current apprentice. And I have one that's on pause for who knows how long, until she stops being mad at me. But I'm actually looking for another apprentice. So if you're interested in apprenticeship, send me an email at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. That's mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And so, Watkins Cat House, you said 9th house Pluto, conjunct the South Node. Do I think a second marriage would be doomed? I think that has nothing to do with marriage. I know you be focused on relationships right now. We'll talk about it when we talk about it personally, but I think that has nothing to do with relationships. It has to do with spirituality. Reflection, you said transiting north. Oh, hold up. Did I miss anybody else's questions? Oh, AA, I'm sorry. You said natal Neptune in the 8th house conjunct partners Venus and Capricorn in the 11th house. That one's hard. Because your partner is very serious. They're about money even, and a status, and they're not really looking to get too deeply involved emotionally. But then that Neptune makes them feel some type of way deep down that can sometimes be bothersome. Now, for you having their Neptune on your Venus in the 8th house, like, you're attracted to them. I mean, they make you feel some type of way, but that makes you not be able to see them clearly for what they are or who they are. So that does add an interesting dynamic. It makes y'all have a connection, but it also makes the interaction between y'all confused a lot of the time. Y'all have such a connection that it confuses y'all. What's my worst and my favorite thing about having Pluto in the 1st house? Well, the worst thing about having Pluto in the 1st house is having to face death and going through all the intense stuff that, ends up making you change. I almost died being born. Found my mama dead when I was 13. I've experienced a lot of stuff that would make a lot of people fold. Being in prison for almost a decade. Just facing a lot of stuff that's intense. You know, that's not my, you know, that's not going to be anybody's favorite. I'm proud that I got through it. So that's the best thing about having Pluto in the first house, is I'm strong enough to make it through whatever it is. You know, it doesn't kill me, it transforms me, it changes me. You know, I don't lose. That's a phrase that I use often, is I don't lose. And so that's big. And you said, do you believe in being able to find your partner in your chart? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me put it into context for you. There's different stuff that you can see where you can see a partner. You can look at Juno. I've been in a relationship with my Juno. I've been in a relationship with my descendant. Like my wife now. We're incredibly karmically linked. My wife's son, not son, her ascendant, pardon me. Her son is opposite my son, but also her son is my Neptune, but her son is also her Neptune. But her ascendant is my North Node. Her North Node is my descendant. Her moon is my ascendant. You feel me? So we got a lot of karma going on between us. My ex-wife, her son is on my descendant, and I'm her Jupiter. My moon is her Jupiter. And that's where you can see spouses. It doesn't mean it's going to be a good spouse or a happy marriage, but that's where you can see a spouse for a woman. Look at a woman's Jupiter placement, and oftentimes you'll be able to find out a lot about her husband. Now, that doesn't mean boyfriend. It doesn't mean soulmate. It doesn't mean perfect partner. It literally means husband. It doesn't even have to be a good husband. It means husband. And people get that twisted because they want to idealize things. But no. When they say husband, that doesn't mean it's going to be a good husband. It doesn't mean that's your soulmate. It doesn't mean that's who you're supposed to end up with. It just means that is somebody that you would probably marry. And so there's that. Juno is what's good for you. My Juno's in Sagittarius in my second house. I was once involved in a serious relationship with the Aries Sun, Sagittarius Moon. And then a Sagittarius Sun, Pisces Moon. So yeah. Let me see what this is right here. 415 for a try. That's what's up. Anthony, you said, what does Pisces Sun mean in the composite chart? Everything. Delusion, confusion, emotion, unconditional love. All of that means everything. Double A, you said Aquarius Sun, Libra Moon, Pisces Rising person. They're a very sociable person, and a lot of times it's hard to figure out who they are because people project things onto them, and they really feed into that projection. But and with the Libra Moon, they kind of get along with everybody, and they're very tolerant. And that Aquarius Sun, you know, they spend a lot of their life worried about what other people think. And the Sun in Aquarius is awesome. It's unique and individual, but the Sun is in detriment in Aquarius because they're so wrapped up in other people that a lot of the times they don't get to show how unique they actually are. And so all of that really just points to them, you know, feeding into projections. But they're a cool person. When I see that, the first thing I think is they're really cool. Whoever that is really fucking cool. And they can get along with anybody and everybody. Doesn't mean that they do, but they really could get along with anybody and everybody because they can fit into anything because they kind of make their personality fit in with certain situations. But I would ask, is that person ever going to show who they really are and let people fall in love with that? And then Cherie, you said, what does it mean when your South Node in Gemini is your mother's son in Gemini? It can mean that y'all have a connection from previous lifetimes. It means that you're meant to, in this life, kind of move away from that. And that doesn't mean stop being around your mom, but just meant to move away from the stuff that she instilled in you a lot of times. It's fundamental to your character. You know, your mom is very much a part of you. And so you're meant to kind of grow in the direction away from that because that is so fundamental. I appreciate it, Tapo. That's what's up. Selwyn Wilson, did you ask me a question? You said, do I have any advice? You'd have to ask me a question, then I could give you advice. A Schnauzer, you said, did we just start the age of Aquarius, or are we almost done with it, or in the middle of it, or what are we really in? It depends on what you think about age. I think Pluto is generational. And so you could say this is the age of Aquarius, but I mean that we just got into it, but some people would say we've been in it. I don't really get into that, so that's hard for me to really think about. I would say, with Pluto coming into Aquarius, we are in a age of Aquarius, but not the age of Aquarius. Transiting North Node, trine your Sagittarius Pluto. Things are changing for the better for you. Plain and simple. Things are changing for the better for you. And you just have to hold yourself accountable for wherever your feet are, and that allows you to learn the lessons you need to learn to keep on growing and for you to keep on changing for the better. Anthony, you said, how would I summarize that big three? Libra rising, Taurus sun, Virgo moon. There's somebody who wants to be useful. There's somebody who's patient and determined, and they want to see results for who they are. Everything is business for them. You know, a lot of, and not in the same way as with Capricorn, but just more or less like they're very analytical, critical, and technical and specific. And there's somebody with that Taurus sun who believes in themselves, and there's somebody who feel like they have a lot to contribute to life, and they know how to package it perfectly with that Libra rising. So yeah. Tom McGuire, you said Biden or Trump? Neither one. Neither one of those are a good choice. Vanessa Marie, you said, if you remember correctly, my son is in the 9th. And you said it makes sense why I can be philosophical. And being a Cancer, my advice can bring a lot to nurture others. Yes, I would agree with that. But also, like I said, the moon is in Gemini on my Chiron, which Chiron is on the 9th house cusp right there, the 8th and 9th house cusp in Gemini. So talking about it, and my part of fortune is in Gemini in the 9th house. And so me talking about my experiences and me teaching y'all things is really healing for me. But it's also what makes me be able to profit and prosper. And this is what I do. So that's why I do better than a lot of other astrologers, is because I work specifically to my own advantage because I cater to my skills. Watkins Cathouse, she said, what is Juno? Juno is an asteroid, but Juno in the chart is very prominent. Juno was Jupiter's wife, right? And I turn that off for a second just so you understand. She put up with a lot of shit from Jupiter. He cheated, he did the most, he fucked over, he made other people have kids, he did all kinds of shit. And she stuck with him, but she also taught him lessons. She did stuff to him. And so Juno, in some people's charts, say that's your soulmate. And some people say, well, Juno, when you're looking at it as far as in another person, that's your soulmate. But I look at it more like this. Juno is what you need. Juno is what's good for you. You know, some people are looking to what's good to them. Juno is what's good for you. And so in certain cases, like for me, my Juno is in Sagittarius in my second house, conjunct my Saturn. So somebody who helps me in my spirituality, somebody who helps me see the big picture, somebody who helps me be positive, somebody who helps me even be accountable, and somebody who helps me with my finances would be great for me. Now, if you want to look at it superficially, I can say, oh, my soulmate should be a rich foreigner. You understand? But I don't look at things superficially. And so I would just say, with me having Juno in there, and what I need is somebody I can learn things from, and somebody who can help me develop my spiritual principles, which also helps me develop my self-esteem, which ultimately makes me value myself more and makes me more valuable. You feel me? And let me answer the questions here. Selwyn Wilson, you said, is this in this generation, do I think it's better to live off the grid to save money, like hunting, fishing, gathering? I think it'd be great to develop those skills, you know, when you're considering what could be coming up. I would definitely say it would be a very positive thing to develop those skills and learn how to do those things in case you do need to survive off the grid. I think it would be healthy, but I don't know if it's completely possible. People look at that, but it's really an idealization. It's incredibly hard for you to live off the grid because the grid is so prominent these days. People can literally find you anywhere. They can pinpoint your location anywhere, even in the most remote places. Now, Royce, you said, what's the difference between a day chart and a night chart? If the sun is in the 6th through the 12th house, it's a day chart. If the sun is from the 1st, or not the 6th, from the 7th through the 12th, that's my bad. That's a day chart. If the sun is from the 1st through the 6th, that then makes it a night chart. That's the difference. Hold on. And what does Jupiter in Virgo in the 9th house mean? Somebody intelligent. You need somebody that helps you, you know, see all things, and somebody that, and not just somebody, but you yourself in your life. You know, you need straight up facts, the truth. Somebody honest, and somebody who's gonna tell you like it is, and somebody or something consistent. You need to develop your consistency. You need to develop your intelligence even. And the art of being, you said, what would be my advice to the Pluto and Capricorn generation? Unplug for a little bit. Unplug for a little bit. Get the fuck away from social media for a little bit. Hold on, let me answer everybody. I think I missed some questions. No. Double A, you said, is Neptune and Uranus debilitated in Capricorn? No, Neptune is debilitated in Capricorn because it's exalted in Cancer in certain people's views. Uranus is debilitated in Leo and in Taurus. Edson, you said, could I describe Sagittarius Sun, Taurus Moon, Scorpio rising? A brave person, a brave person who knows how to stay calm because they've been through a lot. They've developed a certain calmness, and they've gathered valuable experiences in their life. And there's still a certain intensity to them. But there's a sexy confidence to that individual. Watkins Cat House, you said, could I look in a synastry and see a Juno and Cancer's person with the Juno? You said, could I look at it like synastry? Meaning a Juno and Cancer person is with the Juno and Cancer 7th house person. Kinda, yes. And I absolutely do offer natal chart readings. Send me an email at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. That's MR period TURNER1300@gmail.com. And then I'll send you a price list. And hopefully my prices don't run you off. You dig? Another thing I want to tell the Pluto and Capricorn generation is don't compete and compare your situation to everybody else's. In this day and age that we grew up, that those people grew up in specifically, because of social media, they see that they're supposed to have this, or they think that they're supposed to be doing this because that's what another person is doing. And so a lot of the times they get caught up in competing and comparing. But just because somebody else is winning doesn't mean you're losing. And just because you're winning doesn't mean you're beating somebody else. You feel me? Anthony, you said, what would be some good career options for a 10th house Cancer Mars? You're going to hear most people say, well, they should be doing something in the medical field. They could, there's a lot that they could be doing. I mean, it's a 10th house Mars, so they need to be doing, they could be doing something as far as combat, because they have all those emotions and they have all that frustration. And so doing something that allows them to get that energy out constructively could be helpful for them. You can see them working in some type of medical field or some type of culinary field. The 10th house Mars, I mean, they could be a leader of a family business. They could build a family business or do something from home. And so all of that could be really helpful. I need somebody to smile right now before I knock all this shit over. Hold on, I gotta adjust myself. I'm sitting on my nuts. Do I write and compose music? Yes. I make a lot of these beats that we're listening to. Not all of them, but a lot of them. You have a good one too. Thank you for coming. Julia H., you said, how do you request a reading? You send me an email at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. So could somebody please post my email in the chat? One of my mods, could you please post my email? But yeah, you send me an email, then I'll send you a price list and we'll go from there. I'd be happy to oblige. Thank you, Vanessa. I like that vibe a little too right there.
This big from Whip.
said, what's the prices? Do I give people different prices based off their screen names? Absolutely not. I have a set price list. You send me an email and it automatically sends you a reply based off keywords. Absolutely not. I just don't discuss my prices in the live because that's not what I'm here for. If you would like to inquire about a reading, you send me an email and then I'll send you a price list. It's that simple. Now, there is a different price list for the ViBe Tribal Council members, though. Let me say that. You do get a discount if you're a part of the Tribal Council, which is the subscription tier. You subscribe to the channel, and you get an automatic discount on all services. Ooh, I like this vibe, too. I gotta look for something. Hold up. Tapo, you said, how do I describe somebody with Taurus Sun, Pisces Moon, Leo Rising? Extra, but fun, cool, creative. Like, that is a creative individual. They're somebody who's made for the stage, and they're made to succeed. But, yeah, cool and creative. Cool and creative, but also complex. Also complex. You have to wonder if they're putting on a show or if that's who they really are sometimes. Entertaining. Yeah. Probably be one of my favorite people. You know who has a Taurus Sun, Pisces Moon? Do you know who has a Taurus Sun, Pisces Moon? But I think they have Sagittarius Rising. Angel Reese. Angel Reese, the basketball player. She has a Taurus Sun and Pisces Moon. It says Saturn conjunct the North Node and Jupiter conjunct the South Node. It means you got to take the hard route. It means you're going to learn some hard lessons. It's going to take a while, but as you mature, you're going to come into who you are. The stuff that's easy for you, that just kind of keeps you stuck. And you do have a lot of things that are easy. You have a lot of natural gifts. And sometimes you rely on those gifts to make things easy for you. But the way for you is never going to be easy. It always means taking the hard route. Or whoever that is. Nope, what, Tapo? Nope, that's not them. They could be cool. I mean, you have a biased opinion of how you feel about that. If you knew how you feel about it, why would you ask me? You feel me? But I definitely, in my opinion, think that would be a cool person. Could I describe a Libra rising, Sagittarius Sun, Taurus Moon individual? Yeah, I mean, I would have to know more than to be able to describe them, but I mean, for that, the stuff that you gave me, I mean, they're Libra rising, so they're a sociable person. They're a grateful guest and a gracious host. They know how to get along with people. With the Sagittarius sun, they're fun. Taurus moon, they know how to make it all pay off. I mean, that Taurus moon really is like the glue that holds them on. They believe in themselves a lot. They have a lot of confidence in themselves. And the Sagittarius sun just makes them fearless in a way. Not reckless in the same way that Aries would make them, but just fearless. And they learn from all types of stuff, and they're ultimately a person who is, you know, a smile on people's face. But there's a lot more to it. Angel Reese is a famous women's basketball player now. Her and more specifically Caitlin Clark have changed the game. They have changed the game. Now, Caitlin Clark is an Aquarius sun, Taurus moon. My bad, I'm answering somebody's inquiry they just sent. Whoever asked me about apprenticeship, I'm about to email you back right now. You said, what's a Taurus moon like? They could be like all types of stuff. I mean, the moon is not going to determine who they are. It really shows who they are inside and their experiences that they had that shaped them. And so a Taurus moon is a person with a lot of self-esteem. They're somebody who has a very set way of doing things. They have solid habits. A lot of times Taurus moons have money too, because that makes them feel more confident in who they are. But there's a lot of self-worth, and that pays off. I am successful. You said you're a Virgo sun, Aries moon, Virgo Mercury, but also Venus in Virgo. Can I tell you why it's hard for you to find love? Because you're fucking picky. What do you mean? You are very picky, and a lot of stuff annoys you. So that's why it's hard. I mean, it's pretty simple with that. You're a very picky person. You like specific stuff, and there's certain stuff that you can't stand. And a lot of people get on your nerves. Topo, no, I don't sell beats, and some of these aren't mine to sell, but they are. I need to pay. I have beats by Bless Zone Out Music. I just didn't send it to this soundboard right here. I play them. I promise. Next time we go live, I'm playing at least 3 beats by Bless Zone Out Music. But yeah, you're very specific about what you're attracted to, and you're very picky about what you entertain. Virgo. And you might like people, like you're very impulsive in a way with that Aries moon. So you might like somebody and then you might fucking not like them. You said, what does it mean to have a malefic chart ruler like Saturn? You would have to see if it's a functioning malefic for them in their life. But I mean, having Saturn as your chart ruler kind of in a certain way, it makes things more serious for you, you know. It could also mean that life is a little, you know, life is harder for you, but it's not always harder because life is hard. It's because you're a complicated person to deal with, and it just depends on where Saturn is placed, with Saturn being your chart ruler. But you'd have to assess if it's a functioning malefic or not. Saturn is known as a malefic, but is it a functioning malefic for them, or is it actually beneficial for their growth and their experiences? What does Virgo moon in the 12th mean? Nervous disorders? Nervous disorders? Shit. Thinking too much? OCD sometimes? That mind-gut connection being fucked up because they're just thinking all the time and high anxiety. Watkins Cadow, she said, okay, so you don't know much about Juno, but can you ask how it will work in that synastry way? I mean, Juno is somebody that's, you know, having good aspects with Juno, or somebody who represents Juno in your chart, or somebody who has placements conjunct your Juno, would mean that there's positive things about y'all's interaction. Juno conjunct the other person's 7th house lord. It means you're good for them. Juno in a woman's chart conjunct a male's Jupiter. I mean, that's positive. That's definitely positive. I just said something about Juno. You done start looking up Juno. You don't. I love you, Tawny. I ain't even gonna mess with you today, but goddamn, Tawny. You said, how would I describe a Pisces rising, Scorpio sun, Aries moon individual? That's a complex person. I think they don't show a lot of who they really are, so people can get it mixed up. They allow people to see whatever they want to see. But there's also something about that person that's dynamic. It's real easy to get the wrong idea about them, though. Moon as your chart ruler in the 1st house. You got a moon ass face. I mean, you wear your emotions on your sleeve. People can always tell what's going on with you. They might not know what's wrong, but they know something's wrong. They might not know what's made you smile, but they can definitely see that you're having a good day. Saturn as a chart ruler in the 1st house. You experience life as very serious. You yourself are very responsible and in certain ways mature person. You take responsibility for yourself, but that makes things harder. When you're a person who holds yourself accountable, shit ain't easy. You really feel like everything that happens to your life is your fault, and sometimes it's not your fault. So that's something that you really got to assess with that. What does a Gemini Venus in the 9th house mean? It means you're not in it for the person, you're in it for the experience. That's what that means. It means that you know, once you've learned as much as you can from that situation, or if you've extracted everything that you feel is positive that can be had from that, you'll move on. You're in it for the experience, not the individual. Doesn't mean that. I mean, Juno doesn't mean that something's gonna work out just because they're good for you. And that's one aspect of a chart, Tawny. You were good for him. In certain ways, that relationship was good for you, maybe because it taught you something that you can carry on into other relationships. It doesn't mean that oh, you're stayed to stay together. My ex, that was my Juno. That means that was good for me, but I'm not with her. She showed me a lifestyle that was foreign to me, that I'll always be grateful for. Funny that it was in my second house in Sagittarius. She went to church. She was an executive for an electric company. And so she had a lifestyle that I had never been part to. I came from the hood, the projects, and I came from prison at that point in my time, to where she gave me a home, and she taught me stuff about going to church, and she showed me a different principle of living that I will forever be grateful for. But that doesn't mean that I'm the person that she's meant to be with, or vice versa. That's why I said you can't just look at Juno. That's why I laughed at you, because you just started looking at Juno and said, "Oh, this," and I knew what you were doing. You're always going to relate it back to George. But the fact of the matter is that's a small indicator of things. I know you are. You said, are planets home, exalted in Saturn the planets to deal with? No, absolutely not. The hardest to deal with. Hell no. You said, do I do natal chart readings like live through a video call or pre-record? I do both. If you asked me a question or sent an inquiry to my email, I already emailed you back. But I offer both. If you want a pre-recorded one, we can do a pre-recorded audio. If you want to do a phone call, we can do just a regular phone call where we're on the phone. If you want a video Zoom session, we can do that also. I sent you the price for all of them. Or if you haven't sent me one yet, send me an email. I'll send you the price for all of them. But I just answered 2 people already just now while we were here in the live. Venus in the chart ruler in Scorpios. That's sexy. Venus is my chart ruler and it's in Leo. So y'all can see the confidence that I carry with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Libra rising, and Venus is in Leo in my 10th house. And a lot of people say, oh man, that Leo is undeniable sometimes. I mean, you can see that. That's my chart ruler and it's in Leo. So my confidence is one of those things that I project. With Venus in Scorpio, it's your intensity and your sexiness that really shows out with Venus being your chart ruler. People are really, really intrigued and caught up in how sexy you are and how intense you are and how powerful you project yourself to be. Where for me, I have a certain confidence, I have a certain charisma that really stands out. I'm an engaging person. Vanessa, you said, what if your Juno and South Node or conjunct your partner's Juno and South Node? Y'all really feel comfortable with each other? Y'all have a karmic, that South Node stuff is really gonna be a karmic connection. But sometimes, like I said, that means that y'all are meant to grow away from that. Oh, I got you, Topo, here. I just got your email. Let me answer you. Hold up. I just sent you my full price list. I am successful. You're not disturbing me. I'm here for this. Topo, you said you've heard that Venus can also tell the native how the native can make money. That is something that is true. You have Venus in Gemini in the 11th house. Should that mean you should be communicating and broaden your network? Yes, absolutely, and doing something socially. That Gemini in the 11th house is perfect for social media endeavors. So yes. Double A, you said in your opinion, what's the toughest Saturn placement to deal with? Saturn in Aries. Saturn in the 6th house is going to be hard to deal with, even though Saturn does good in the 6th house in certain ways. I mean, that brings a lot of health stuff. And Saturn in the 1st house and Saturn in Aries, because life is harder for them. They make things harder for themselves, whether it be their attitude with Saturn in Aries or with Saturn in the 1st house, the fact that they always feel responsible for everything, and they're so serious about everything. You said, what planet is career or money? Venus is really indicative of money. and the career is going to be looked at in the 10th house. Now, the career is not the same as a job. Some people never have a career. Some people just go to work. You understand? There's some people who just have a job, and so that's the 6th house. The 6th house is where you work, or your job, or your daily routine, where the 10th house is a career. You said, what houses show hidden enemies? Yes, both. You can see it both in the 6th and the 12th. Sometimes the 6th is open enemies too. The 7th is open enemies. The 6th can be, but the 12th is hidden enemies, and where you are a danger to yourself, where you're your own worst enemy. Now hold up, Tapo. Before we get too deep into that, the 2nd house is possessions. It's not money. The 2nd house is kind of like your net worth, where the 11th house is your gross income. The money you make is in the 11th house. The money you have is in the 2nd house. You see how that works right there? What you own is in the 2nd house. The 11th house shows your earning potential. It's my pleasure. Watkins Cat House, you said you have Venus and Moon and Pisces in the 2nd house. That means that's why you love unconditionally and you have a hard time letting go, especially for something that you're comfortable with. You have Saturn in the South Node and Scorpio in the 10th house. What does that say about money for you? I mean, Venus is great. You make money, you know. You don't really worry about it. But you always have a little money tucked away. You don't spend a lot of money. You're conservative. You might say you're broke, but you ain't as broke as you say you are. That's what that tells me about you. But Saturn in Scorpio, or Saturn in the South Node and Scorpio in the 10th house, that doesn't really say a lot about your money. It says about your personality, and it says that you know, you have a certain reputation. But with Venus in your Moon and Pisces in the 2nd house, the Moon does great in the 2nd house. It's exalted there. Venus does great in the 2nd house because it's there. So you have a lot. And you have an empty 11th house. It doesn't mean anything. It means that you're not worried about how much money you're making. You make money. It's not something that's a concern for you. But you also, like, you worry about being homeless or not having enough to feed your kids. Now, that's the Moon in the 2nd house. And with Venus there in the 2nd house, you know how to make money. And that's probably why that 11th house is empty, is because that's not a concern. How much money you're making isn't a concern for you because you always know that you can make money, or that you can at least find its equivalent. You have faith in that situation. Yes, this live will be saved. Edson, you said Sun and Pluto in the 2nd house in Scorpio. Your Sun is in the 2nd house. You have a lot of self-esteem. I mean, you believe in yourself, and you like to have possessions. You care about what you have. Pluto in the 2nd house is like a rags to riches, or even a riches to rags story, maybe even both. But your relationship with money is going to change over your lifetime. You might be greedy, especially with the Sun in the 2nd house. You might be worried about money a lot, or you want to have a lot of things, and you want a specific lifestyle, and you're concerned with that. You might even be greedy. But when you stop being so greedy, you start making more. Or when you develop different principles of living, and it's not always about the money, you kind of start to see things come out in a different way. But yeah, it's a rags to riches or a riches to rags story. But no matter what, money is always influential in your thinking because your Sun and Pluto in your 2nd house. And so it's not just money, but having things. Having things. What's up? Varun Asrani. I love Varun because it reminds me of Varuna. And Amshara Bishak Nakshatra, which is ruled by Varuna. And so with Varuna being what Varuna is, I love that. Cancer moon in the second house. Family values, maybe even family money. But I see family values there. You said Pluto in the fifth house. Does that guarantee a lottery winning? No. There's nothing that guarantees a lottery winning. It guarantees you're a gambler. But it also makes you a very creative person. But it feels like no matter what you create and no matter what you show people, there's still something in there that's just waiting to burst out. Like it's like, man, like there's so much more you have to give, and there's so much more you can do. But there's also like you never get enough either. Yeah, I know you. Yeah, I know you. Spiritual Truth Seeker, what's up, baby? You said you have Leo Sun, Leo Mercury, Leo Mars in the second. You're a very fucking confident person. You're very bold in your approach. You approach situations like you already own them, and you win a lot because of that. Your confidence and your self-esteem and the way you conduct and carry yourself, it makes you worth a lot. And you believe in yourself. You have full belief in yourself and in your skills and your abilities. Sometimes even inflated or exaggerated, but that makes you worth a lot more than you would if you weren't. Venus and Mars in the second house. Venus is at home in the second house. You wanna have a specific lifestyle, and Mars makes you a go-getter. You're gonna make sure that you're a results-oriented person. You're focused on how much money you're making and how people view the monetary worth of your work. You feel me? You want people to value you, and you want people to feel like you're worth it, and you want people to pay you. So yeah. It's my pleasure. Sun in the fifth house. You're a creative person. You got a lot of charisma too. You're a fun person. Channel. Entertaining. Creative. Fun. Fertile. Let's not forget that. Fertile. First house containing Venus and Chiron in Libra. You're a beautiful person, but you care too much about what other people think about you with Chiron in Libra. You care way too much about what other people think about you. It's not in the same way as if it was in the 10th house, but it's Chiron in Libra. So the way that people view you does influence you. And you see yourself through other people's eyes sometimes when you should just be yourself authentically. But you are beautiful. You're very tolerant. You're very amiable. You said, how do you relate your draconic chart to your natal chart? What's the purpose of draconic charts? You don't relate your draconic to your natal unless you do it for yourself personally. Your draconic, in some people's eyes, is your soul's chart. It's who you are fundamentally. So you can look at them in relation and say, okay, this is who I am in this life, and this is what my energy is kind of channeled through. But at my essence, this is who I am. See, the draconic chart just means that the North Node is starting at 0 degrees of Aries. So that's the start. That's the fundamental source of all of it. So they put the North Node at 0 degrees of Aries, and then it shows, or when the North Node is at 0 degrees of Aries, and it shows who you are at that point. Now, what's interesting is my sidereal is almost exactly conjunct my draconic, because my North Node in sidereal is 2 degrees Aries. And so with my North Node being 2 or 1 degree Aries, it's scary because that kind of means that this might be my last incarnation here on Earth. But in a lot of ways, it means that my sidereal or my Vedic placements are who I really am. I feel that spiritual truth seeker. I definitely feel that. Monty Love, you said Venus and Scorpio in the second house, Mars and Libra in the second house. People are always buying you things. You don't know why. Because you're fucking sexy. What you mean? That of Sagittarius makes you more abundant, but you're fucking sexy. They want. That's why. What the fuck you mean? And you're very resourceful. And you know how to make them want to insist that you have things. You can't get past me. See, that's the good thing is with that Venus and Mars, or that Venus and Scorpio in the second, and then that Mars and Libra in the second, people like you, they're attracted to you. You seem like you have great intentions, whether you really do or not. And that doesn't mean you don't. It just means whether you really do or not. And people want to pay for your presence, but not only that, like, you know how to be a certain way that makes people insist on you having things. And so you don't have to ask. People want to pay for it, and you know how to make them want to pay for it. It's very interesting. You said, what does a Taurus sun and a retrograde Aries Mercury's in the 7th house means? That they fucking pretty much say it like it is. They say it like it is, and that can make them a hard person to get along with sometimes. But it also can make certain people value their presence. Like, man, nobody keeps it real like you do. But it can be off-putting in certain situations also. Manty Love, you said you have a question. You said, why are all your planets in their opposite houses? Because you have Libra rising. Or you're a late degree Virgo rising. That's why. I have that effect, but I'm a 16 degree Libra rising, so all of my chart is split down the middle. So I have that effect in half of my houses, and then the other half I don't. Vanessa Marie, you said, how would I describe if you and your partner have moons in each other's 11th houses? Y'all make great friends. Y'all get along well. Y'all have similarities or a like-minded approach to a lot of situations. Watkins Cat House, you said, if you have Sun in Aquarius in the first house, but your second house is Aquarius with Pisces placements, is the Saturn retrograde going to go over your Sun in the second house? No. 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 And you have early degree Pisces placements. So no, it's not going to affect you. It's already affected you. Pluto's only going to go back from 1 degrees of Aquarius to 29 degrees of Capricorn. Then it's going to start moving forward again. So unless you have something right there, I wouldn't worry about that either. What does it mean to have Venus Cazimi? That means Venus is exactly conjunct to the sun or within 1 degree of the sun in the natal chart. And that makes people like you. It makes people like you. It gives you that sauce. Can you look up sidereal and Vedic on astro.com? Yes, you can. I'm not going to, but you can. You definitely can. Yeah, that's my Cash App posted on the bottom there. And that's not even a confidence boost. That's just the truth. You got it like that. Your sun is in Aquarius in the first house. Then Pluto is on your sun right now. Pluto is right there on your sun. How is it going to affect you? It's too late to ask that, Tawny. How is it affecting you? You're changing. You're changing. Intensely. You're changing. Monty Love said you're a 27 degree Virgo rising, so that makes perfect sense. Like I said, you're a late degree Virgo rising or a Libra rising. That's why all yours are like that. And so in Placidus, you're only 3 degrees away from being a Libra rising. So almost your whole first house is Libra. I know your moon is 0 or 1 degree Pisces. I remember that. So you ain't got to worry about that. That was last year. And I told you that last year. Like, Saturn is already over your shit. You don't hate people. You had your heart broken. You love people. You just, you know, you're dealing with grief and heartbreak right now. And resentment is a part of that process sometimes. Not just for you, but for people in general. Would I do astrocartography charts? No, I will not. I have colleagues that do astrocartography. My sister, Queen Machete, does astrocartography. Go look up Queen Machete on YouTube or on Patreon. She does astrocartography. She's amazing at it. I do astrology and numerology. You said you're still having issues with depression and anxiety, though. That can happen. It's Pluto on your sun. It's stuff that you're not dealing with. I mean, it's gonna happen until you deal with the root cause of it. And for you, that's setting emotional boundaries between you and your personal situation. She doesn't have a YouTube. She's on Facebook or she's on Patreon. I got you, Juliet. Hold up. Stellium in the 4th house in Capricorn. You came from a hard life. Structured. I mean, your home growing up, you had a lot of responsibilities, a lot of chores. It might have been hard. Might even been abusive. Doesn't mean it was, but it's a possibility. It could mean one of your parents has Capricorn placements, or there was just a very strict environment growing up. I have Capricorn in my 4th house. My Mars is in Capricorn in my 4th house. And I grew up with a lot of chores. I grew up with a lot of responsibilities. I grew up fast because my mom was sick. But I also faced abuse from my stepdad. And I also see that my actual father has a Capricorn moon. And so it means a lot of different things. But I would say with the stellium there that there was a lot of structure in your house or strictness in your house growing up. And one of your parents could have been very controlling, or at least very specific about how they wanted things to play out. Or it could just mean that it was hard. And that you had to be the most mature person in your household a lot of the times. Oh, that shit right there. The name on Facebook is Queen Machete. Or Joally Queen Machete. Joally Queen Machete. Shout out to her husband also, my brother, Luis Machete Rossi. He's an amazing artist and activist in his own right. You said you've heard stelliums are not the greatest. You have a stellium in the 1st house with Capricorn and Aquarius, and Sun in the 2nd house in Pisces stellium. You said, how does that pan out? I mean, there's a specific focus on both of those areas of your life. Developing yourself with all that 1st house stellium, you know, developing detachment and discipline. Because you have the 2nd house energy too. That's probably why you need to develop detachment and discipline. and boundaries. Your life is focused around your maturation process. But stelliums, they can be awesome or they can be an issue. I look at them as an issue because if you have a lot of energy focused in one point of the chart, that means there's an imbalance somewhere else. Double A, you said what placements can make you good in bed? Well, that's subjective to the person that you're in bed with, but I would say mine. Mars in Capricorn, because it's important to be good. That gives you stamina. Also, I would say the Black Moon Lilith in the 8th house. But there's a lot. There's a lot. It's not just that. That's subjective to the person that you're dealing with. People have different preferences. But when you're looking at something that generally makes you good in bed, I would say stuff like looking at their Mars placement and seeing is it compatible with your Mars placement. But for something that's universal, Mars in Scorpio, Mars in Capricorn, Aries placements makes people eager, passionate. But you can look at Taurus placements that make people very sensual, and it can make them very thorough, and it can make them very what's the word I'm looking for? Affectionate. Leo placements make them playful. Virgo placements can make somebody be a throat goat, or can make them be really willing to serve, and people who are meticulous about the way that they come at things. But yeah, look, my stepmom that made me cry. I'll cry easy. I'm a Cancer. I'll start crying for nothing. Sorry, she just gave me some praise, and I appreciate the love, Monty Love. You said what placements can make you good in bed with sexual intimacy in the natal chart? Oh, I already answered that. Do I accept Zelle? No, I don't have Zelle. It would have to be PayPal, which I sent to PayPal, CashApp, or Venmo. I don't have Zelle. I know a lot of people use Zelle, but you could use PayPal. And you don't have to have PayPal to pay my PayPal. You can pay my PayPal with whatever you use. Just use your card. I gave my PayPal there. Attuned to kin. You said you noticed that your North Node, Jupiter, and Juno are in Cancer in the 2nd house. Is that considered a stellium? No. No. A stellium has to be actual astrological bodies and not asteroids. And some people say only inner planets or luminaries can be in stellium. Now, I don't agree with that. I say any actual astrological body. So that means the nodes can't be. You hear me? It means Juno can't be, because Juno is an asteroid. But the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, those could be in a stellium. Your ascendant is a point in the chart. It's not a placement. People get that confused. The ascendant is a point in the chart or an angle. And so it's a part of the chart. It's not a personal placement. It's a part of the structure of the chart. I got you, Spiritual Truth Seeker. I'm sending you a price list right now. I've been sending everybody a price list, so. Good sexual intimacy placements. There's a lot, but that doesn't mean there's other stuff. When you see those Pluto aspects, that's what you're gonna look at for sexual energy between you and a person. Mars too, because there can be certain intensities with that. But look for the contacts with Mars and Pluto, and Venus and Pluto, and Venus and Mars. Those are gonna be those things that really point to sexual stuff. And sometimes the Black Moon Lilith, but I would look more like Venus and Mars. That really shows great sexual chemistry, especially if there's sextile there. A trine is natural. Conjunction is great in a way, but that sextile really makes it sexy. Venus and Pluto makes it really sexual also, but sometimes to the point of obsession. Pluto and Pluto makes it really intense, but that also can make it crazy. Watkins Cathouse, you say you have none of that. Mars and Pisces are the only areas where you have Lilith guessing you suck. That doesn't mean you suck. That means it's up to the person that you're dealing with. You have the motion of the ocean. Look at it like that. Like I said, it's subjective to the individual that you're dealing with. And you said, how would those placements be affecting you and your finances? Let me look. I didn't see what you asked, Atunda Ken. I mean, they affect your finances because you're about money. Like Jupiter makes you know how to make money. Making money is something that's easy for you. The North Node means you're actually here to make money in a certain way. And Juno is there. It means you have family value. You might even come from money. But all of that, I mean, you have Jupiter exalted in Cancer in the second house. So you ain't broke. You come from a certain background that makes money really easy for you to make than other people. Maybe because you were taught how to manage money in a way that other people weren't. Maybe you come from a situation to where eventually, you know, you're going to naturally understand how that works for you in that dynamic. So that's beautiful in its own right. Tapo, send me your full birth details to my email. That means date, time, and place of birth. I did receive your payment. Is sidereal accurate positioning? Yes. Watkins Cathouse, she said, your youngest is on the spectrum. She has a stellium in her third house, Moon, Venus, Mars. Will she get better at talking? Yes. Is that stellium is in Capricorn? Yes. Yes. I knew that because Capricorn brings delays. So yes. Over time. What's up, Leah? Is sidereal accurate positioning? Yes. So is Western. Yep, Capricorn can bring certain delays. Capricorn is going to be a representation of Saturn. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. Somebody needs to smile right now or I'll knock all this shit over. No, Venus in Capricorn doesn't mean you're not gonna have a lasting. It means you're gonna have a lasting relationship because you ain't gonna fuck with somebody unless it's serious. It means you want something serious and something real with Venus in Capricorn. You don't like doing shit for nothing. Even dating, like it needs to mean something. You don't like wasting your time, so you don't entertain a lot. So when you do finally entertain something for real, you want it to be something that is lasting. That is what that means. That you take that serious. I believe that. I believe that, Watkins. I like that vibe. They're lying to you. Let me answer this client. What's up, Say? I'm feeling good. Maybe that goes hand in hand for me. I have Venus trine in my Jupiter today too, though. Or really not just today, over the next few days. So yeah. Welcome to the Tribal Council, Leah F. Baby. What's up, baby? Attuned to Ken, you said for your ex, Venus being in Cancer right now, does it automatically fall on your Cancer Venus natally? No, you said for example. I said for your ex. That was the. You said for example. Venus being in Cancer right now, does that automatically fall on your Venus in Cancer natally? I mean, it will come into contact with it if it hasn't already, because Venus is already at 20 degrees. So it's probably already came into contact with your Venus in Cancer. What is a Capricorn North Node in the 4th house means? You're here to have a family and be the provider for your family. I mean, you're here to build a legacy through your family. But more than anything else, you have people that you're responsible for, and you need to take responsibility for your family and be the person who changes the dynamics of your family. It means that you just need to understand that you're at some point you're going to realize it, that you have responsibilities. Yeah. Am I doing questions? Yes, Serafina. Where you been? I almost had to go looking for you. I said, man, where my baby Serafina at? Shit. She'll make me come to New Mexico and fuck somebody up. New Mexico. Spiritual Truth Seeker said Saturn energy takes work, but the higher you vibrate in balancing those rough energies out, the smoother your life is going to become. That's true in certain cases, but Saturn is hard regardless. Or don't make me come to Arizona and fuck y'all up. I'll blow the whole motherfucker up. You hear me? I'll blow all that shit up. Leah F. Baby, you said, why am I so fired? Because I love you. Watkins Cat House, she said, if Jupiter is transiting your Chiron, can that mean healing? Yes. Yes, but through talking to people. You need to talk to people. That's why I'm looking forward to our conversation. You need to talk to people. You hold a lot of stuff in. You got to talk to people. Conversation is Gemini. You have to talk to people. What does Aquarius, part of fortune in the 5th house mean? That can mean a lot. It means being inventive and creative and having fun and, you know, linking up with people that like to have fun like you and working on the internet even. Social media. You can make some money off social media. Being creative on social media or showing your charisma on social media. Or what else? Producing stuff, being a producer or a director of certain things. That could really make you some money. Keep the questions coming. We keeping it cracking like a bag of pork skins in this motherfucker. Hey, we got Mercury and Leo. I want y'all to understand we got a Mercury retrograde coming up. We got everything retrograde, but we also got a Mercury retrograde coming up soon. I forgot what day exactly it is, but it's coming. This month, I believe. Let me look, just so I'm sure. Oh, August. Not till August. I'm wrong. August 5th. I knew it was coming up soon. August 5th. Well, really the 4th. The 4th to the 27th. Get fucking ready. It's gonna go from Virgo back into Leo. I'm still fine without it, baby. Let me see. Vanessa Marie, you said you did ask that question a few lives ago, but in general, Uranus going into the 7th. Your relationship's gonna get crazy. What you're attracted to and interested in is probably gonna change drastically. And it's like all of a sudden, it's something completely different than what you ever really paid attention to before. And if you're already in a relationship, then there's gonna be some unexpected shit that comes up that changes the dynamics of that relationship. Capricorn North Node in the 9th house. It's about maturing, learning as much as you can and maturing in that process. That's a maturation process. And also being able to teach what you've learned. August 5th to the 20, or August 4th to the 27th. North Node in Taurus in the 4th house. I mean, you're here to make a stable home for your family. Attuned to Ken, you say, can you talk about astrocartography? You can. I'm not, because I don't do astrocartography. Like I said, my sister does astrocartography. I don't do astrocartography. So I'm only going to be able to share knowledge with the things that I myself work and deal in. So with me, I don't have enough understanding of astrocartography for me to be able to talk about it here. Y'all are welcome to talk about whatever you want in the chat. I myself am not an expert in that area, so I'm not going to ever speak on things that any of that shit goes. So yeah. Watkins Cat House. I do, but you know I'm fine. Buck teeth and all. Y'all know it. I'm a Libra rising. I got Pluto in the 1st house. I got Venus and Leo in the 10th house. Yes, I know it. I always known it. But even before I was fine, my mind was there. You understand? Without all the bullshit. I used to be a little fat kid. A little chubby motherfucker when I was in 7th and 8th grade. And I still carried myself like I was the finest motherfucker in that school. And I actually had pretty little girlfriends and shit. You know what I'm saying? I dated up because of the way I carried myself. Confidence is key. I've always been cocky. My moon is in the 5th house too. I've always been delusionally cocky. It's in Pisces. Sometimes I had to realize I ain't shit. The more I get humbled, the harder I come again. Aquarius moon in the 8th house. Different. You feel things very deeply, but you don't know exactly what to do with it because that shit operates on a channel that's just outside of your touch. Sometimes you need astrology and numerology to really intellectualize or understand how you feel because that shit is on a channel that's so deep inside of you and you feel things so intensely, but at the same time you're just not sure what to do with it expressively. And so there's these practices that you need in order for you to be able to understand and get in touch with your feelings. You want to be able to put word to it. Chiron Aries in the 6th house for your oldest daughter. She has to stop being so hard on herself, give herself a break. That Chiron in Aries means it felt like people kept her from doing what she wanted to, or people made her scared about stuff. Like she has to get her courage up and attack life head on an everyday basis instead of worrying about things and being so hard on herself. Like somebody, whoever it is in her life, has told her she couldn't do this or couldn't do that or try to stop her from being who she wanted to be. So it's really hard for her to understand what her role is and where she's useful at in life. And so she has to develop confidence and courage, and that's not going to be easy because she has to identify that she doesn't have it. And a lot of the times there's a certain bravado that comes with those placements, or a certain attitude that comes with those placements that says, oh, she has that attitude because she's really insecure. And so she's going to have to identify why she has an attitude and why she's defensive, and that will help her life get better and easier because she's more courageous in dealing with things because she's more honest. What does it mean if your Aries Mercury if your Aries Mercury is in the 7th house, square your Capricorn Neptune in the 4th house? I mean, Mercury is square, like you be thinking you're telling it how it is, and really you're just saying what the fuck you mean. But a lot of the times the things that you say gets misconstrued. It's because the way you come across, though. It's not because of what you're saying, it's the way you come across. Because your Aries Mercury is in the 7th, it seems like you have an attitude or you're being mean, when really you're just saying what you mean. And some people can't handle that shit. So that's what that means. Leah F. Baby. Ooh, baby. You said, what would Mercury retrograde in Leo mean for your rising sign as Leo? Drama. Drama, maybe. But I mean, it doesn't have to mean anything. You have to entertain it. Drama. You becoming more extra than ever. And we already know you extra. You being extra. Libra in the 9th house. What are you asking about Libra in the 9th house? Are you just asking what Libra in the 9th house means? Licious Booty. Libra in the ninth house, that could mean a lot of different things. It could mean one of your grandparents is a Libra. It could mean you should get into publishing books. It could mean that you have excellent people skills. It could mean that you know how to be a delegate. You know how to deal with people from other places. You know how to. It could mean you have a natural understanding of language. It could mean a lot of different stuff. Monty Love, you said you just checked your transit chart. Your Sun and Venus are in the 10th house, but your North Node and Neptune are in the 7th. You're in a relationship and a coworker of yours confessed interest in you. Are those transits going to cause potential infidelity? It could. It could. It doesn't mean you have to entertain it, though. Just because you're built like that, it doesn't mean you have to build like that. That means we all have transits affecting us in some way, form, or fashion. We all have stuff going on natally. You have to choose what you allow to affect you. And sometimes it's subconscious. So that means you have to make a conscious choice that, hey, I'm not going to let that bother me. Or I'm not going to do that. But you do have to be careful because now that you spoke on it, your brain is already entertaining that possibility. Oh, you ain't no good, Monty. You already know, Seraphina. Watkins Cat House, she said, how will the retrograde affect your Gemini rise and Virgo sun? Which retrograde? And Leo sun people. I don't look at retrogrades. The retrogrades aren't going to affect people. This is Neptune, Saturn, and Pluto. They're retrograde for half of the year. They might have a small effect, but it's going to be very subtle. It's not something that's going to be life-changing. People have made fear-mongering with Saturn going retrograde. But the thing is, Saturn has already been over these degrees. This is not nothing you haven't already been dealing with. This just lets you know what you're dealing with. So it's not going to have this major effect on you. It's more or less like a realization. And Neptune being retrograde allows you to see it. And Pluto being retrograde brings in the changes. But other than that, it's going to be very subtle. I am successful. You said Venus in Virgo in the 11th house, Mars in Cancer in the 8th and 9th house. Can I tell you anything? Yeah, I can tell you a lot. I mean, your Mars is in Cancer in the 8th. You're very feeling oriented. You're very sensitive, even emotional. And so at times your emotions have to be compensated for in every situation. With Venus and Virgo in the 11th house, you're very good at whatever it is that you do. So you actually worth whatever money people pay you. And you can make a lot of money. And you can be a lot of people's friends because you're useful to a lot of people. But you have to wonder, are people fucking with you because of what you do for them or because of who you are? And you might ask that to yourself sometimes because you do have a specific set of skills or you do have some specific things that you really are helpful with. And so you have a lot of people that fool with you and a lot of people that you know and a lot of people that are associates or friends to you. But it's not really intimate, close friendships. It's more or less like they're useful to you, you're useful to them, or y'all together can help each other. With Mars and Cancer in the 8th or 9th house, either way, with Mars and Cancer in the 8th house, you're very emotional, you're very sensitive, but that can also push you. You feel things deeply, so you can get passionate about something and you can really get some stuff done, or you can really make some changes, or you can be very sexual and very passionate. But with it being in the 9th house, you also can feel some type of way, and it breeds the confidence in you that gives you the courage to keep pushing, even though you feel some type of way and there is some reticence about it. Tiger Lily, you said your daughter's moon is conjunct Mercury and Leo in the 7th house. She, I mean, it's the 7th house, so it's more like other people, but herself, she has a lot of charisma. And when she's in the presence of people she's comfortable with, it comes out. Like you start to see, like, man, she shows out sometimes. But she makes other people feel confident in themselves. And so, you know, that can make people be bold towards her in a way that they're not with everybody else, but it could also just make people want to be around her because she makes them feel confident in who they are. Maybe she has an infectious confidence. Describe Sagittarius rising, Gemini sun, Virgo moon as a female partner. I mean, she's a Sagittarius rising. She has Gemini, so she's not really on the 7th house. She's not really loyal to people. She's loyal to principles. And she's about learning from every situation and every relationship. Like, that's, everything is a learning experience for her. And with that Gemini sun, Virgo moon, like, you know, the Virgo moon, she's really analyzing things. And sometimes she's like, you know what, this ain't good for me, or I've gotten everything I can out of this. So, as a partner, she's a very unique person. But you need to make sure that you're just as interesting and unique, or your ass is liable to get kicked to the curb. But I also would say, so it's a fun and positive. She's a fun and positive person to be around. Very intelligent. Probably one of the best people to talk to that you've ever dealt with. But also, there's a thing where if you can't keep up conversationally, or if you're a boring person, or if you have a whole bunch of character flaws that are going to eventually come out, then that could be problems within that relationship. How will the retrograde affect Virgo and Gemini risings and Leo suns? I already answered that. You talking about the Mercury retrograde? I mean, it's going to affect everybody. Depends on. Virgo is not going to be majorly affected because Virgo is semi-sextile to that. A semi-sextile is really an activation point. As far as Gemini and Leo placements are going to get conjuncted by the retrograde, so it might have a major effect on them. Gemini placements are going to be sextile, so it just might be some mess, gossip and mess, just some mess. If anything, if there's anything negative that comes from it, it'd just be some mess. You said, well, will what affect you more, beautiful? Leah F. Baby, what do you mean, mama? You said you stupid Aquarius Lilith. You used to have a bad stuttering problem, but now you only do it when you're frustrated. Oh, stupid Aquarius, and then Lilith in Aries. My best friend has a stuttering issue. He's an Aquarius moon. Another one of my friends, he has stuttering. I don't know if he has Aquarius placement. He's a Taurus moon, Cancer sun, but maybe he has Aquarius rising or something. My son, he doesn't have stuttering issues, but he wasn't very verbal for a long time. Monty Love, you send me an email at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. That's mr.turner1300@gmail.com. If you could, would one of my mods please post my email? You send me an email, I send you a price list, and then we go from there. We got 30 more minutes to go. Let's make them count. My wife and I have to go find my mother-in-law here soon. It's her birthday, and she's living in the streets. So we're going to go find her, and I'm going to take her some food. I mean, we feed her anyway, but I'm going to go buy her something for her birthday that she can enjoy. Spiritual Truth Seeker used to stutter when they were young. I didn't. I stutter every now and then when I'm talking too fast now, but I don't. I've always been a confident speaker. Maybe even more confident when I was younger. My mom told me that I could talk way before I could walk. Like I could talk full sentences when I was crawling. I was one of those kids that spoke really early. Leah F. Baby, yes I am, but I'm the one that's blessed. I'm so blessed to have the wife that I have. I'm blessed to have y'all too, though. Spiritual Truth Seeker, I'll take it back. Take it back. I'm not claiming anything for her. She's sorry. She's manipulative. She don't want to work. We brought her here from Texas. We heard she was living in the streets in Texas. We flew her here in November. And my wife told me then, she's like, man, she don't want to, she's in the street, she wants to do that shit. And we flew her here. We spent almost thousands of dollars on getting her clothes. We let her stay here for 4 or 5 months without a job at first, and then it was time to go to work. She's only 52 years old. She has no reason why she shouldn't be able to work. She applied for disability, and they denied her because she has nothing wrong with her. And then we pushed her to get a job. She got a job. She went and got her a motel. She just stopped going to work. She faked a knee injury and stopped going to work. And so she chose to go back on the streets. And so If she wanted abundance, she could have it. But she wants us to come tell her that she can come live with us for free, and we're not going to do that because our children live here. Do you get what I'm saying? We love her and we hope that she does better, but we've given her every opportunity to succeed. We gave her a car. Gave her a car for free. We gave her a job making more money than she's ever made, which isn't more than a lot of us make, but she had a job making $20 an hour. A lot of people would love to make $20 an hour, especially people in places like Texas. But she had a job making $20 an hour, doing laundry in a nursing home. So it's not hard. She had her a room. She wants us to tell her, oh, you can come live here and live off of us for free and watch TV all day. And we're not going to do that. I don't do that. She's not going to do that. She's capable, and so she just can't do that. She is tripping. She started communicating with the person who was portraying themselves to be country music singer Luke Bryan. And there's no way Luke Bryan would be fucking with her. And we told her that months ago, like that's not. And so she probably done sent her money to that dude, and he done scammed her out of it. He sent her a check for $1,500, and it bounced. They wouldn't clear it. It was, why would nobody sends cashier checks? And he sent her a cashier check. And so that shit right there just, it changed everything. She makes foolish decisions. She doesn't live. She was in a motel, but she lived with us for 4 or 5 months. Then we put her in a motel. She cannot stay here. She was doing disrespectful stuff. She disrespected me, so she cannot stay in my house. She burnt that bridge. And she had every opportunity to succeed, and she's chosen to be on the streets. She's never been a mom to my wife. She's always been like that. She's never paid her own bills. She's never my wife knows that, and and my wife has Lilith and Cancer, so my wife actually has a weak spot for her, and that's her only mom, and she never had a dad. But I more or less just like I'm not with that. We're not displacing our kids out of their room so she can come stay in our house. So yeah. All of that. Do we have any more questions? Keep them coming.
It's a Flavor Boy exclusive.
Yes, you can ask questions about numerology. Absolutely. I'm here to answer any question that you have. Sun in Aries in the 12th house. Your attitude, you have a lot of confidence, and you are very aware of everything. Sometimes that awareness is a double-edged sword. But also your attitude and your impulsiveness can get you into trouble sometimes. But your awareness can also help you hold yourself accountable, and you can do a lot better, and you can actually, you know, really grow spiritually from every one of those experiences. Mercury and Virgo in the 5th house. You're a technician. You're incredibly intelligent. You're incredibly creatively gifted. Like there's something that you can do that nobody else can do. And if they can't do it, they can't do it as good as you. Sagittarius rising and Pluto natally. So Pluto and Sagittarius in the 1st house with the Sagittarius rising. It's like you're on a spiritual quest. You go through intense experiences and they change you, and it's like you're always searching for something, whether it be truth, whether it be meaning, whether it be purpose, but that shit's inside of you. So you're looking for something that you always had with you. Hold up, I missed some questions that fast. Watkins Cathouse, you said another stupid question. Your questions aren't stupid, beautiful. You said if you have Mercury, Sun, and Jupiter in the 1st house, when those particular planets move, do they affect you more with your or just your Capricorn rising? I mean, it depends on where they're moving to. Yeah, I mean, it's all gonna affect you. I don't exactly understand the question. It's not a stupid question. I just don't understand what you're asking specifically. I am successful. You said you're a 6th life path. But this lifetime family and you creating a family is obsolete. Why? I mean, it's not. It's just obsolete up until now. You will. That is a focal point of your life. It is something that you need and you want. A lot of stuff comes naturally. That's something that you're learning to do. You got to make a family. No, it's not. It's not obsolete. It just hasn't happened yet. And maybe it hasn't happened in the way that it needs to happen for you. Damn, we got a lot of shit going on here. Watkins Cathouse, you said, in your opinion, the family that you make is more important than the ones you come from. That can be true. What does Sagittarius Lilith mean? No fucking loyalty, sometimes no morals. But it also means that you miss out on small shit. You're really focused on the big picture. But I would also say with Sagittarius Lilith, like you always feel like the grass is greener on the other side. So you're hard to satisfy. Mercury and Aries in the 12th house. Sometimes you're too blunt. Sometimes you're too blunt. You're too quick to speak on stuff. But you're also very intuitive, extremely intuitive. Like you pick up on things just like that. And your intuition comes out of nowhere sometimes. But that makes you impulsive in speech sometimes. So you'll say some stuff that comes to your mind without thinking about what you're saying or without considering the effects of what you said. And that can create some issues for you. You said, will Saturn retrograde affect you because your sun and moon and Saturn are in Pisces in the 7th house? What degrees? If it's anything between 19 and 12 degrees, absolutely. It's going to affect you. Are Aquarius rising and Pisces rising a good match together? They could be, depending on other placements. But they're both going to be detached from who they really are. It's going to be like, damn, like, that shit is weird. They could have an awesome, weird relationship, but that shit's kind of weird. They're going to have something that nobody else can offer each other. That's for sure. What does Sagittarius Chiron, 22 degrees in the 8th house mean? You don't believe in much. You've been through some shit that makes you question faith, and it makes you not really positive sometimes. You've been through some deep shit, some crises in life. But there also means at some point you're going to have to trust God or trust the universe or trust that it's all playing out accordingly to plan, even if it's not what you expected or the most. You have to be able to develop positivity from inside of yourself and not look for positive experiences to make your life better. You have to look at things differently, and that makes your life better. Instead of you waiting for something better to happen, the way that you view things, and then you'll start to have more experiences that are positive because you're accepting it as such. What did the degrees play in the role of a birth chart? It depends on who you're asking. For me, it tells you, unless you're dealing with the critical degree, it just tells you what point exactly that you were born in the evolution of that energy, George. Hey, George, you ain't Watkins Cat House ex-husband or husband, are you? I know I'm wrong for that. You ain't her husband, are you? Because she been looking for you. She tired of your shit, George. Jorge. Monty Love. You might not be putting it right. MR period TURNER 1300 at gmail.com. Nah, I feel you, George. I'm just giving you a hard time, my nigga. But for real. What does 11 in the 4 life path get along with the most? 11 is going to get along with other 11s, or 2s, or 7s, or 3s, or 9s. That's getting along with. That doesn't mean it's going to make a perfect pair. 4s are going to get along more with 22s, with 8s, with 1s. That's more like it right there. I like 1s too. I'm an 11 and I like 1s. What does a Leo Jupiter in the 10th house means? You have confidence that can help you succeed in any career field. You have charisma, and so people are entertained and engaged by you. But more than anything else, your confidence, your belief in yourself is really going to pay off for you in this life. Specifically in public image and in your career path. People are always going to believe in you. People want to see you win because you have so much confidence and charisma. Venus and Taurus in the first house, you're chill. Venus and Taurus in the first house, whoever that is, they're chill. They're chill, and they're indulgent, and they're patient, and they're beautiful. They have what I would call an earthly beauty. So that's awesome. Can life paths clash to the point of breaking up, like an 8 and a 3? Sure. Because an 8 is very serious. An 8 is about business. And a 3 can be messy and gossipy and can be sloppy sometimes in the way that they live, because they're just trying to have fun and enjoy their experience here. The 8 is about living with purpose, living a purposeful life and being a boss and all that shit. So, yeah. Do life path 3s get along together? Yeah, they can. Especially Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Leo Sun, Leo Moon. Yeah, y'all can have fun. Y'all can laugh a lot. But it's going to be hard to not feel like you're that Leo's, whoever's the Cancer Sun and Cancer Moon is going to feel like they're that Leo's mama and shit, that they're babysitting them sometime. Thought on degree and age theory, like 23 also means something happened to you at 23 years old. Or it could. I've seen that. Like my Black Moon Lilith is at 13 degrees of Gemini in my 8th house. I found my mama dead when I was 13 years old. My life changed when I was 13 years old. I went to go live with my dad. Or that's when I started the process of going to live. I lived with my uncle actually till I was 14. But I was around my dad, and my dad came back into my life at that time, and that really influenced who I was and how I played my life out from that point forward. We got 15 more minutes. Let's make them count. Leah F. Baby, your sun was 10 degrees, your moon is 12 degrees, your Saturn is 14 degrees. That's what's up. Monty Love, I just got your email. You sent it to the right address. Who asked something about me? As far as Capricorn North Node in the 7th house, well, you're destined part to be a Capricorn as well. It could be, or just somebody more mature than you, older than you. But I don't think that's necessarily what that means. It means you're in for relationships, but you have to learn how to mature yourself. Maybe your relationships happen when you're more mature and the more you can handle it. When you're looking at things clearly and being disciplined with other people instead of being emotional and your emotions allowing you to be impulsive or clingy. And also when you're not involved with people because of obligation. I don't know what y'all mean about dads. Who said something about dads? Attuned to Ken, you said Cancer, Sun, and Moon in his 12th house. What does that mean? You make him sensitive. Like you really speak to his sensitivities. You really are an expression of the emotions that he tries to bury. So yeah. What if your Virgo moon trines your Capricorn Neptune? Moon trine Neptune makes you creative, makes you intuitive. It makes you understand things. But, you know, what you got to do is figure out how you can help people in that way without worrying about what you're going to get from helping people. See, that's what's wrong with Capricorn Neptune. Is like, you can help people so many ways. You are helpful. You are consistent. You are real. And all that's going to help with that moon and Neptune. And you're very tuned in. But you got to stop worried about what you're going to get from that. I already answered your email, Monty Love. Bam Bam, what's up, Bam Bam? You're an Aquarius. Shout out to Aquarius with y'all weird ass. My son is an Aquarius. My youngest son is an Aquarius. He's a straight weirdo. Straight fucking weirdo. I love him to death, but he's a weirdo. Mars and Gemini in the 2nd house. You have a variety of talents that can play off in a pay off in a multitude of ways. So yeah, Vesta in Gemini in the 1st house. You're very intelligent. Your intelligence and the things that you can learn is a focal point of your life. You're very clever, and that's really what helps you survive most situations. You're a hard person to pin down. You never lose because you always know a way that you can change the dynamics of a situation. So that's beautiful. What does Sag Palace in the 7th house mean? You're a naturally positive person and you instill positivity in other people. You're also very wise and you're lucky with relationships. You're lucky in that way. People like to be around your energy. So that's going to make you lucky in relationships. You could teach a lot. Vesta is also sexy, by the way. So your intelligence and your cleverness is very sexy. Your conversation is killer. Absolutely killer. We've had a great session today. It's been so chill. I wasn't gonna come today, but something compelled me to do so. I don't know if it was because the moon was on my Chiron, and I was like, hey man, I need to just come talk. I need to come talk to my people and just answer questions. It's not about telling them the transits, because I always do that, and I take like an hour and a half or 2 hours to do that. And so today I just wanted to come and offer my services and talk to y'all and help y'all heal and help y'all understand yourselves better. Leah Baby said, your sun is 10 degrees in Pisces in the 7th house. Your moon is 12 degrees Pisces in the 7th house. So yeah, you're definitely being affected. This retrograde is definitely going to affect you. And I'm going to try to come Friday, but I can't guarantee it. I'm going to try to come with a quick top 5 on Friday, but I'm not guaranteeing it. Depends on what my wife has going on, because I might just spend time with my wife that day. But we'll see. And it depends on how many readings I have to do. We got 7 minutes left. Then I gotta go. Attuned to kin. Hold on, what she said? She asked me a question? No. Attuned to kin. You said Uranus and Aquarius in the 10th house, 22 degrees. You are very unique. I mean, and you're looking for ways that you can help other people, and you're unique in that way. Like you do have a very unique personality, and everybody can notice that. But even more than you worried about what you're going to accomplish for yourself, you're trying to figure out how you can help other people. You're trying to figure out how your purpose ties in with what the world needs. And so that is something that's different about you, because you're not just about self-promotion. You're about how you can influence and help the collective through your uniqueness. H Nows, you see, can I talk about Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus being a collective? You have heard them on your own don't affect you. Yes, they kind of do. It depends. It affects you in that house. Uranus is affecting the collective. So right now Uranus is in Taurus. That's really affecting the financial situation or the financial climate. That's the better way to approach that. Neptune is going to be indicative of the culture. Pluto is the generation, the people, how the people are influenced by the culture. But also you're going to see what house placement that they have for you, and you're going to see how that influences you individually. What's up, Red Electric Skywalker? You caught us at the end. Saturn in Aquarius in the 10th house. Saturn in Aquarius in the 10th house is more or less like, sometimes you worry where you fit in at, and you spend too much time worrying about where you fit in at, or you need approval from people, and you don't need that. You don't need it, but you are going to be somebody who achieves a lot in your life because you want approval. So look, we got 5 minutes left. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you're interested in any astrological readings, don't ever get at me in these comments. Get at me in my email, which is mr.turner1300@gmail.com. If you appreciate me, the least you can do is hit the like button. But what's even better than that is hit the super sticker, the super thanks, or the super chat, or send me a little something on CashApp or Venmo or PayPal. I've been here sharing my energy with you for 3 hours now. I love y'all. I appreciate everything. What's the most memorable transit for me personally? Saturn conjunct my moon over the last year. It's the worst. Saturn conjunct my moon. Shit. I fucking hate it. Sati Sati in Vedic astrology. Saturn conjunct my moon. It has sucked royally. Everything was fine until Saturn conjuncted my moon. A lot of stuff happened. Health issues. Mental health issues. Depression. Worry. A lot of shit. Stress. I let stress get the best of me. I let fear creep in and control my life for a long time over the last year and a half. My email address is right there in the chat. 3 messages before yours, Miss Sweet Cherry. Send me an email at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Hey, if you haven't smiled yet, you need to smile right fucking now before I get mad and go home. For real. I appreciate the love, Leah F. Baby. That's baby. Ooh, baby. You said, what does it mean if your node is in Scorpio and your Lilith is in Gemini and your Chiron is in Virgo? I mean, that means a lot of different stuff. Your North Node is in Scorpio, so you're here to learn how to share in this life. That's something that's beautiful about the North Node in Scorpio. You're here to learn how to share. So you're going to have intense sexual experiences. Your Lilith in Gemini is, as a Lilith in Gemini, going to make you, it makes you sexual, but it also makes you very clever. It makes you street smart. It makes you navigate the intensities that you experience with that North Node. Your Chiron is in Virgo, so you think too much and you're too hard on yourself. You're very critical of other people and yourself, but you're also very particular. And you're intelligent. You're more intelligent than you give yourself credit for. So yeah, I love you. That's baby. We got 1 minute. I thank everybody for everything. North Node in Scorpio, Lilith in Taurus. Yeah, that's you, Miss Colston. You have a lot. And sometimes you can be greedy and stingy. You need to give me some of that money you got. But you don't want to share, but you're learning how to share. You're being taught how to share, goddammit. What's up, Dajana? You done caught us at the end. I gotta go in 30 seconds. I love you. Shout out to the whole motherfucking tribal council. Shout out to the whole Vibe tribe. Thank y'all for everything. Thank you for believing in me. And thank you for tuning in. Man, y'all's love is indomitable. It's priceless. It's super priceless. All right. So I'm out. Y'all will catch the vibe again soon. Just be waiting for it. And I better not catch you in nobody else's chats because y'all know I be looking. I better not see you in there with the soul group and with Dolo in there jocking and shit. If I see you doing that shit, I'm talking shit to you next time I see you. You can't be Vibe, Tribe, and Soul Group. Understand that. You can't be in there with Dolo, the pilot man, and then be over here. Fuck that. You can fuck with Uncle Fernando. You can fuck with Uncle Fernando. I'll give you permission to go fuck with Uncle Fernando, but you can't. I better not catch you in there with Dolo, cause I'll be going to look in his chats. I'll say, let me go see what this, if my people's in here. If y'all ain't in there telling him he trash and he needs to learn some priceless knowledge himself, I ain't trying to hear it. Gonna be sneaking and freaking in